What does it feel like to be in a wheelchair all the time? The experience of being in a wheelchair full-time varies greatly depending on a person's circumstances, their perspective, their age, and the level of accessibility of their environment. In my particular case, being in a wheelchair all the time is a kind of relief because I have the opportunity to look through the window at what is happening outside without the help of others. But to be more honest, being in a wheelchair all the time has its challenges. Let's talk about them. One of the most difficult things is spending prolonged periods in a wheelchair can sometimes cause physical discomfort, not to mention pressure ulcers or back pain. Perhaps that is why proper positioning and seating are essential to avoid these problems. A wheelchair becomes an extension of the body, requiring careful maintenance and occasional repairs, which can be stressful if the equipment malfunctions, which depends on the type of wheel we are talking about, whether electric or manual. There is no doubt about it, it can be frustrating to face barriers in public spaces or social activities due to inadequate accessibility. However, many people develop resilience and creative solutions to overcome challenges. Another aspect to consider, as in my case, a wheelchair offers freedom and independence, allowing me to move around despite mobility issues. For other people with the same limitation, it can be limiting, especially in inaccessible environments. Some wheelchair users experience unwanted attention, such as pity or curiosity, which can be uncomfortable. However, others find that people are generally kind and accommodating, but worst of all is the limitation of friends, as no one wants to be sharing with a person in a wheelchair out of pity. One of the big problems with getting around in a wheelchair is navigating environments designed without taking accessibility into account can be exhausting, whether it be stairs, narrow doorways, or inaccessible public transportation. But it's not all bad, as many wheelchair users connect with others in similar situations, form supportive communities, and advocate for better accessibility. No matter how difficult a situation is, people often become experts at maneuvering through obstacles, solving problems, and using assistive technologies, but most importantly, when you use a wheelchair, you learn to have a more positive attitude toward life and everything around it. Because complaining about your situation all the time doesn't solve your problems, it makes everything more difficult. Ultimately, when you use a wheelchair, the experience is deeply personal and is determined by physical, social, and emotional factors, but most importantly, the support of family members who, despite your limitations, enjoy being around you, which is what matters most. The next time you see a person in a wheelchair, don't feel sorry, treat them with love, joy, and respect.